Well, it's a slow day today. Not a lot going on at all. It's a little bit breezy though. What's this? Ah, I've got some questions. So, right, we have some questions from some of you followers. Right, we've got a bit of a list here. Let's see. Right, flights, direct or stopover? For me personally, I like a direct. Mainly, two main reasons. Just want to get there. Don't like stopping. Hence direct, not stopover. And secondly, time. Obviously, all that time that you might land somewhere in the Middle East, wherever, in my opinion, is time wasted. So, yeah, if it takes 15, 16, 17, 18 hours to get there, then that's wasted. I could have been there in about 11 from Heathrow. So for me, direct flight every time. What else we got here? Hotels. What is the best location? Well, it's a bit of a wide range of that one. Bangkok. Obviously, mainly everyone's got to fly into Bangkok. I prefer sort of Nana area because you've got a bit of a mixture there. You've got a bit of action, if you like that sort of thing. You've got loads of restaurants, bit of a scene going on, night scene. So far, still got street food stalls, bit of a bustling markets. You've got mainly a lot of things around the Nana area, but there are other areas, of course. You've got Ceylon, Safan Taksin, anywhere down by the riverside, all those, you know, Ceylons, loads of little areas, but that's a bit of a wide range of that question. But for me personally, about the Nana area, got a nice cross section of hotels as well, and yeah, that's the sort of area I prefer. Right, what else we got here? No, this is a question now. If you ever use a TripAdvisor forum, this question comes up. Nearly every other question is the same question. How to get from airport to the centre of Bangkok, or you know, around the sort of Nana areas, them sort of areas. Well, like I say, on TripAdvisor this comes up all the time, and people don't look at the FAQs, but obviously you can go out and get a taxi or a minibus, whatever you want to do. That's fine, but sometimes if they're not going to put the meter on, you've got to negotiate a price. So okay, maybe you get a price that you're happy with. I won't say how much it should cost because it can vary, it really can. So yeah, you found a taxi, driver looks competent, and then off you go. And then, depending on the mercy of the traffic, you could take an hour, it could take 40 minutes, it could take an hour and a half. If there's something really wrong with the roads, you know, how long could it take? How long's a piece of string? So me personally, I like to use the airport rail link. Like a taxi, air-conned, more room than a taxi, obviously. Even with your cases, it's so easy, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, check me previous vlog on that one that I did. But yeah, I like to use that because it's very easy to use. Once you're on the train, plenty of room. If you've got cases, if there's 2, 3, 4 family of you, who knows. Once again, plenty of room on the train. Then you get back into the centre of town, and then from there you can transfer onto the BTS SkyTrain and then go to wherever you need to go. Once again, you get on the SkyTrain, air-conned, and then you get off at whatever station you need to get off at, and dead easy, fraction of the cost. Even at your lowest rate you can ever get a taxi for, the train is cheaper. So for me, airport rail link every time. Getting around Bangkok, you're asking, is it safe? What methods are there for getting around? Well, you've got your 2 feet, you've got taxis, obviously, we touched on that. MRT, the subway, or underground as I would call it. Skytrain, tuk-tuks, bike taxis, loads of things to use to get around with, loads of things. Once again, taxis sometimes can try and rip you off, like any country really. If they're not going to put the meter on and you say, well, how much, and it doesn't sound right to you, then just wave them away. There's plenty more out there. Don't be pressured into anything. Tuk-tuks, well, tuk-tuks, if you've never been in one, have a go for a bit of fun to say that you've been in a tuk-tuk. Normally, in my experience that I've used a few, I've used them a couple just because they were there and it was, you know, I couldn't be bothered to get a taxi. But a couple of times, and in one of my previous vlogs, I was with one bloke, told him where I wanted to go. Yeah, I know where that is, yeah, fine. Off we went. He got lost. I'm trying to show him where he was meant to go. No, I'll find it. Took far too long than what it needed to be. Didn't give him a tip after that one because he blew it, basically. So just be a bit mindful of tuk-tuks. If you've never been in one, have a go, just for a bit of fun. Take a few photos, that sort of thing, you know, a few selfies. Mainly though, tuk-tuks, don't use them all the time. I wouldn't bother. Once again, BRT, MRT, no brainer, very easy to use, idiot proof. Bike taxis, I use bike taxis, but then again I ride bikes anyway, so for me not a problem at all. Depends on how you feel about it. Bike taxis are cheap, will get you more or less the quickest you will get anywhere. So yeah, if you don't mind, jump on, off you go. You're there in no time. It really is dead easy. So yeah, they're the sort of ways to get around. Taxis, obviously you're at the mercy of the traffic as well, so even if you do get a good price or they do have the meter on, then obviously if you're sitting there in traffic not moving, not going anywhere, then you can't really help that. So they're the sort of main modes of transport to get around Bangkok. Right, this is another good one. What to wear at some museums and temples. Once again, another one that always comes up on TripAdvisor and other such forums. As a rule, which I found going to some of these places, temples and various museums and palaces, is if you turn up in a shirt a bit like this, you know, smartish, you know, smart casual, fine. Ideally trousers, that's what you should have. If you turn up in a vest, flip-flops, shorts, forget it. Don't even bother. This is for the men, obviously, well, and the women mainly. But yeah, smart casual is the order of the day. So casual pair of shoes or something light, shirt like this, something, you know, smartish. This is a cotton shirt, but linen, or I take some linen trousers with me, very light, so even when it's sun's beating down, it's really hot, they're a bit cooler. For the women, if you turn up in a short skirt or skirt which is above the knee especially, forget it. And also if you've got a vest top or a tank top, you need to cover up a bit more, so bear that in mind. Some places will give you like a sarong to wear or something to put over, so bear that in mind. But ideally, if you turn up in the right attire, then you've saved a lot of hassle. Some people are asking women and getting into some temples, or wats as they're really called. I've seen a few signs at some in various locations where no women allowed inside. You can walk around the grounds looking through the door, but how true it is, if you actually walked in, if you would be told to leave, that I don't know, but I've seen signs about that. So once again, I've not seen anyone turned away, but who knows. Can you drink the water? Yes and no. Do I? As a rule, no. Personally, I don't. And the main reason is, coming from England, we have a certain water quality which obviously your body is used to. So going to another country where the water quality might not be exactly the same or a bit lesser quality, obviously the locals are all used to it. They've got that bacteria built up in their bodies, in their systems, so they can drink the water. So I don't like to invite any unnecessary risk, which, you know, if you've got bottled water there, I have bottled water, even for brushing my teeth. That's what I like to do. That you might be the type that can drink it straight away, no problem, and not feel any discomfort, but everyone's different, so it's just something I like to do. I like to have bottled water. In a hotel room, if there's a kettle, I'll boil some water, let it cool, and if I've got an empty bottle, I'll put that in the hotel, in the room fridge. Obviously, if I'm going to have a coffee in the hotel room, then obviously I'll boil some water. That I've never had no problems with that, so obviously, you know, that's a quick thing there you can do. Also for ice, I don't have the ice. I won't have any ice, and that's mainly because I have seen some little clips on YouTube and other places about the ice where it's frozen in Thailand, the various places in Bangkok and round and abouts, where it's frozen, how they do it and how it's transported. And let me tell you, if you'd seen some of what I've seen, you wouldn't have any ice. Because let's just say it's not the hygiene standards, not quite there. That's not to say all of the supplies are tarnished in any way, but the ones I've seen, no, I don't have any ice. So that's what I do with water and ice. Right, what else have we got here? Street food, safe or not? Well, like any food, anywhere, in any country, even from a restaurant, there's always a risk. You can cross the road, there's always a risk. But what I do with street food stalls is, if I'm down a particular soy, wherever it might be, I sort of walk up and down first, have a little overview. What do I fancy? Oh, I fancy some of that, whatever it might be. So then I'll check the stall out for a bit, just have a, you know, from a little distance, just check it out, the location. If it's right on the corner of the road and there's a lot of pollution, like from, you know, the fumes from the traffic or whatever it might be, you know, there's a lot of cars right there, or there's some vent that's spewing out a load of rubbish, them sort of things. What's the rough cleanliness around it like? What do the goods look like that are on, you know, been prepared? What are they like? Just have a quick look, you know, use a bit of common sense, you know, that's the main thing here, a bit of common sense. Don't just rush in and eat it. Check it out first, that's what I do. Check it out first, have a quick look, see what it's about. You know, also prices. I know street food is cheaper, but, you know, just have a look up and down. Also, the clientele. Who's eating at that stall? If there's a load of local people coming along, buying their goods, going away, or eating it there and then, if they've got stalls out, chairs out, you know, that's a good sign. Because obviously if there's a load of local people there eating, then, you know, you think, oh right, okay, yeah, you know. And also what you do see sometimes is people will pull up on a scooter, get off, get a little bag of something, ride off again, they're going home to eat it. That's a good little sign. So yeah, check out the clientele, who's eating there, how many people are eating there, if they've got stalls out, chairs, tables, is there a lot of people there, unless they've just opened, of course. So yeah, bit of common sense, just check it out, that's what I do regarding that one. Another good one here, power sockets. What do they use? What type of sockets are they in Thailand? Well, in England, we have a 3-pin socket. So obviously we need a converter, and most of the hotel rooms I've ever been in Thailand is either a 2-pin round socket or the flat pin slanted 2-pin sockets. So what I do is take a couple of converters with me, and it's like a power bank I take. It's like a little block, and it's got two UK sockets in it and some USBs, and it's got in England a kettle lead, and then you plug into that. So what I've actually got from an old appliance is a 2-pin round socket. So I take that lead, plug that in, and then all my things, and charging the camera like this and other batteries and phones, things like that, I use this power bank, no problem. So yeah, take a couple of converters, either a 2-pin round or the 2-pin flat slanted. Depending on the hotels, if it's a real budget hotel or if it's a 5-star, 4-star, whatever, some of them now do actually have, when you look at the socket, it is actually like a 3-pin variation on a variation of a 3-pin socket, and you can, it's hard to describe, but when you see it, you can plug in different types of things, different plugs to it, it will take them. So some of the hotel rooms have actually got them, so your English sockets plugs will just go straight in, but it depends on the hotel. Not all of them have got them, so I would say for just a couple of pounds it's worth going and getting a couple of little converters, throw them in your case, and then no problem. So that's what I would say on that one. This is something I thought of extra as well. Don't be a bellend, and what I mean by that is how you conduct yourself when you're out there. It does make me and my mates laugh when we do see certain people, the way they act when they're abroad. Wherever country you're from, you always, you might know what I'm on about, you see the certain types. What I call it is the Farang dress code, and what I mean by that, the Farang dress code is usually a vest top, shorts that are really baggy and so long they could be trousers that are about that far off your ankles, with all the pockets on them, all the zips and pockets, maybe a cap, and then a pair of flip-flops with a big beer belly, walking around complaining and moaning that it's too hot and sitting drinking beer all day. That to me is the Farang dress code. Personally, I like to go around a bit, smart casual, because take it from me, some of the Thais, and especially some of the Thai ladies, don't like to see you're walking around half naked, no matter how ripped you might be as well. So that's what I call the Farang dress code, is the typical slob, really, slob. So I like to dress a bit more smart casual, just because that's the type of bloke I am, really. That's how I roll. Yeah, so a bit more smart casual gets you a long way normally. Yeah, the Farang dress code. So next time you're out there, just look out for that one. So that's a bit of the list for now. If any more come in, we'll do another little vlog soon. But yeah, that was good. So thanks for all sending them in. Thumbs up. Whoa, it blew me out here. Yeah, so that's about it for the moment. There's not a lot else been going on really. Hints of a trip later on in the year, so watch out for that one. If something comes up, I'll keep you posted, of course. Just been checking out some of the other vloggers as well, seeing what they're up to. And that's about it for now. So when I get any more coming, I'll do another little vlog for you. But that'll do for now, and so we'll see how we go. And for now, mind how you go, and catch you later.